You see that, John? All right, bro, we're rolling. All right,
We're
everybody.
rolling.
New setting. We're not in the fucking basement anymore. We're here with
Sweet.
Holden Nosman,
What's
USC
up?
frat brother. All right, tell us about yourself, Holden.
Yeah, I'm a USC frat brother.
Yeah.
No,
Is that how you would phrase it?
No, not at all.
How would you introduce yourself?
I'd say, well, it depends. Usually when I do this, it's like in an interview, honestly. So I'm like, hi,
Oh, so
my
you're
name is
used to
Holden
the
Nosman.
interviews.
Well,
You get an
dude, I
interview?
don't like introduce myself like formally like I would on a podcast normally. You know
But
what
like,
I mean?
who's interviewing you?
Jobs that I'm trying to
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, it's more. You could do it as if it's a
get.
job
Yeah,
interview.
yeah.
I guess it's like the
well,
similar
I
formal
won't say
attire.
that. My name's Holden Nosman.
Mhm.
I'm a rising junior at the University of Southern California, pursuing my bachelor's of science in business
Perfect.
administration
There you
with
go.
an emphasis in finance.
What does that mean? The emphasis.
So
That's
actually,
the main area of
I say
business?
that, but technically, I'm not in finance.
Okay.
I just do that because it looks better when you're applying to these finance jobs. But how it works is at my school, everyone does business administration, and then after you take all like the core classes, which I'm like kind of still completing, like I have like next semester too.
Right.
Then you take like the higher level classes, and like if I want to do finance, I have to take like it's either 2 or 3 like higher level finance classes.
Okay.
Then you do like marketing, then you do like entrepreneurship,
Okay.
real estate development. The other ones don't matter because I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure I'm missing like something big.
Yeah, something more.
But yeah, I'm from Denver, Colorado. Oh, wait, they probably know that.
Question.
What else about me?
That's good. I think it's rare to find a USC commit from Denver. I think.
Sure,
I think
yeah,
you're a rare find.
I'm just like not a lot of people
Yeah.
can really get it done.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
not a lot of people can do it like you
Yeah,
do,
I don't know. I like vaguely knew one kid that went to East that worked at Waterway.
No
car wash
way.
with me. Yeah, that's how I met him.
That's classic.
You know
What's his name?
Jack Williams?
No.
No, probably not. And then I met like one of my best friends at school went to East for a couple years, but then he went to boarding school in LA for like acting. He's like a film guy.
No way.
Yeah, he's like legit.
Is he nice at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Charlie Corman. Yeah.
Okay.
He's super nice. But like, yeah, we hung out. We hang out all the time when we're home now. Not as much as school because he's like, like shooting a movie,
different stuff,
and I'm like going to class.
And you're just like making money and stuff like that.
I'm not making it. He's making a lot of money. I'm not.
Who is he filming for, or what?
He's working for this summer for the production company that made that Fall Guy movie.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like a
big movies,
like a big like production team.
Okay.
Or I don't know what you say, company.
Okay. What types of companies or not companies? What types of jobs are you looking at right now? Like big companies? Google, Walmart.
Yeah, I guess the way I'd
Apple.
run this down here. So like I'm kind of too late. Like
Okay.
So like at this point, like I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I
Okay.
just applied to like work at this bank
Nice.
in LA. I might be back there in a couple weeks if I get it. But I was like, I don't know. I was pushed to do like the finance stuff.
Yeah.
Like honestly, because it's like the most lucrative business
Yeah.
profession. It's like everyone. That's like I didn't realize like to excel in that. Like, oh yeah, I saw one of your questions on there. Like, does your GPA matter? Like, depends. Like, if I'm doing like marketing or like something else, like probably not as much. It still
Okay.
matters.
Yeah.
But like I like kind of couldn't really compete to like do all these. Everybody wants to work at like Goldman Sachs, like JP Morgan, like Morgan Stanley.
Yeah.
And to get those jobs, you need a high GPA, and then you need to use that high GPA to get into like whatever investing club or like.
Yep.
Like
Investment
familiar
banking?
with like
Yeah.
everyone in finance like wants
That's
to
the
do
goal.
investment
Yep.
banking because it sucks. It's a
Makes
lot of
bread,
hours,
yeah.
but it's like a huge resume bolster. You can go into private equity after, and then like maybe shift like venture capital, and I don't know, like you can get hired as like a CFO at startup companies. Like it's like a great resume builder. That's why everyone wants to do it, but it's because of that, it's super competitive.
Highly competitive.
So, and then like in my school, like a lot of kids like have connections, but like it doesn't like you can't just get a job from connections. Like you have to. Like it's funny. Like if I did better my freshman year, I would have done this. Like my roommate literally did not take classes this semester, and he just lived in the house with me and just recruited. Like all he's doing all day is like calling people and like emailing people and like trying to get a job. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, those jobs, like, they pay a lot.
Yeah,
like
totally.
You'll be making like, I don't know, close to $200,000 as like a 22-year-old kid.
That's absolutely insane.
I don't think I will be doing that for a while. Sorry, I kind of rambled on there for a little.
That's
but
not
yeah,
a ramble.
to answer that question, like, I can't even remember what you asked. Yes, your GPA matters if you're doing finance for sure, and it kind of matters overall. Like, I would definitely advise staying above a 3.0 no matter what you're doing.
Yeah,
but
3.0 is what is that, a B minus?
A B.
Okay.
The B is a
doable. I mean, there's a couple kids. One kid from my school got into UPenn for finance, and so him and his friend, him and his buddy, totally set on the whole investment banking thing. So I'm a little updated with it. They said it's kind of like a grind. It's like you said, a grind. You do like 2-3 years of kind of just fucking 16 hours a day type stuff, and then once you make it that far, you said it's a resume builder, you can kind of go from there.
Yeah,
but I don't know, like, are you willing to really put yourself through
that's
that?
The other thing. Like, I've come to the point where, like, you know me, like, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna sit at a desk and like
grind
work
it out
for 16 hours.
Like, not at all.
I was just interested in for the money, like, purely.
Of course, the money's everything.
Yeah, dude. It's in the last month. I've heard like the levels are like analyst, associate, like vice president, maybe senior vice president, then managing director.
Okay.
So, and 2 associates at Bank of America just died from working too much. They just fell over at their desk and died because they were like working like 4 like back-to-back like 120-hour work weeks. Like, dude, like, go outside, like, take a walk, like,
seriously,
maybe, like, I don't know, like, I wonder what was gonna happen to Bank of America. Like, they'll probably just give their families like a bunch of money.
Yeah, so they don't sue or anything.
But like, dude, that'd be so sad to like end your life working like at a bank
and not even to make it where you wanted to make it. Like, you're just grinding for not that much, I'm sure. I mean, how much do associates make? What?
Oh, at Bank of America, probably close to $400,000 a year.
Okay, so even an associate who is like lower on the hierarchy makes $400K a year.
Close to. I mean, I'd have to look it up. It's like probably like 3 to 4.
Wow,
yeah.
That's insane.
At Bank of America. But Bank of America is one of the best.
One of the best jobs you can get in that area. Yeah. All right, well, you know, you're a frat guy. Talk about your frat a little bit. How much partying do you do? What does your life look like as a USC brother?
Yeah. So to answer your question, it's probably not as much as you really think.
'Cause you got school.
And my school is like, we have kids in the house that like do party like all the time, but like the kids I'm friends with are like pretty academic. Like, they're all like the freaking IB kids. Like, that's another reason I was doing it. Like, you are who you're around. Like, if all my friends are doing investment banking, I'm like, shit, well, maybe I should do it. And then
you can rise with them.
But then I didn't. But like, none of them really got jobs. And that's the other thing is like, it's hard to get, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not just going to get an investment banking job.
Right. So even your most prestigious friends aren't getting jobs.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So
it's just that competitive.
My one buddy, one of my best buddies there, Josh. I don't know. You're probably not. Are you familiar with Bain Capital?
No.
I'd like pretend I am, but like I don't really know like a lot about it. But essentially, like, this is like one of the best jobs you can get like out of college. Like, if he was able to intern this summer and then what was I gonna say? If he was able to intern this summer, he would have been set to be making like probably 250, 260 like first year out of school.
That's insane.
Which is more like, that's a lot of money. Like, that my parents, like, I don't even know if they make that much money now,
seriously.
But like that, like, nobody makes that much money. Like, to be in the top 1% for like 18-year-olds or 18 to like 22-year-olds or something like that, I think it's like you got to make like $100,000 or like 100.
Is the top 1%?
That's the top 1%. So that means like he's in like, you'd be in
top
like the
zero, dude.
Like,
like
nobody's
one of
that
like
rich.
100 or something. Yeah.
But he did have a crazy connection there. his dad's like best friend is the CEO of the company.
Okay.
But even regardless of that, like his dad wasn't just gonna give him the job. Like Bain Capital's where like literally everybody from everywhere wants to work there. Like they hire like pretty much strictly from like Harvard and Ivy League schools.
Yep.
It's like USC is what's called a semi-target school because it's like a prestigious school, but it's not like really the only target schools for all these finance jobs are the Ivies and like Duke.
Yeah.
And maybe something else.
That's insane.
But like, yeah, like so USC kind of has leverage on the West Coast, but it's like very hard to get those jobs in like New York.
Yeah,
investment banking at USC.
I get it.
I was rambling on about something there. Sorry. We can just move on. I can't remember what. I kept. I got back to the stupid business stuff. No, all right. So socially, my frat, how it works is we'll have anywhere from like 2 to 4 events a week.
Okay.
So there'll be like a wine Wednesday, and you'll like mix with a sorority, and then there'll be like maybe a party Thursday or like an exchange, which is like where you and sorority like both like give money and like buy out a venue in LA and like go out.
I'm sure that's sweet, dude.
It's cool, but like also like I don't go to all of them. Like you get bored of it. And then Friday is low-key usually a rest day. Like that's the transition from high school. Like Friday is like the night in high school, at least it was for me. And like if you're going out Thursday, like Friday, like sometimes you're just like super tired.
You're so done. Yeah.
And then you're rested, and then you go out again Saturday maybe.
Yeah. So you're doing enough partying where you need a rest day.
Yeah, but like dude, that's the other thing. Like all my academic friends, like my house is like not like I'm not super close with everyone in my house, so I'm not just gonna go to one of the events if like my buddies aren't going.
Yeah.
So like I'll probably go to like 1 or maybe 2 a week. But no, it's not like a movie, and we're not just like ripping the keg stand in the backyard at noon like every day.
Not every day, but I can definitely imagine on Sundays.
Sure, on like a
wine Wednesday per se. I'm just kidding. A wine keg?
No, it's like crappy like box wine.
100%. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it is very different from high school. So talk about like what's the main difference between high school and college, but especially for you, high school and being a frat kid now. Sorry, I don't know why I keep phrasing like a frat brother.
Dude.
Main differences.
Definitely living on your own.
Yeah.
I really like that. It's a kind of tough transition at first, or it was for me.
Yeah.
But like you know how to feed yourself. Like you could live alone.
I can cook, bro.
But like it's more of like you can't really just go to your parents for everything
help
anymore. Like you can call them, but like
they're not gonna do your laundry.
They're not gonna do your laundry. Like they're not gonna be like, well, I guess like maybe they'll give you money to buy food or something. I don't know. They definitely still help a lot, but it's super nice to like not have a curfew.
Yes.
Like
it's just way less strict, more freedom.
It's not even necessarily the curfew. It's just like when you go to college, your lifestyle, at least as a frat boy, is like my hours of the day don't mix well with my parents.
Yeah.
And neither will yours. Like just college, like everything's late. Like a party starts at 10, nobody gets there until 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Like and then it ends at like 1 or 2. Like and that's a Wednesday.
Yeah. Classic of average Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I had a 9:30 on Thursdays this semester, so like I like maybe once went out on a Wednesday.
Right.
Like just because it's just not worth it. I'd rather like make it to class. And you're not missing anything. Like I've done that like so many times.
Right.
But I don't know. Are you thinking about Russian?
Yeah, I am thinking about it. I don't know what it looks like though. Like I know you attend a couple events, then you pledge. Take us through the process. From the start.
Yeah, so I would look into it. I like had a pretty good idea. It's funny, my dad would be like research schools, and I would just like look up the like
frat
the fraternities at like
totally.
every school I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of knew like from what the internet said, like what the vibe of different fraternities was.
Right.
But of course, like go to all of them, check them all out. But yeah, how it works at our school is like the first 2 days are like open house rush, where like anyone just comes in,
Yep.
like they low key like give you a name tag and like they'll be like I don't know, like write your favorite drink on this board and like take a picture of you to remember you or something. But you just go around like like I don't know, just get, like yeah, kind of like you just
introduce
get
yourself.
yeah, you just introduce yourself, like hang out. Yeah, I don't know, and then just kind of like gauge whether you like that house or not.
Right.
And then if that house likes you, at my school, there's like Dirty Rush at night.
Okay.
Which like, actually, since we're unaffiliated, I can talk more about that if you want. Like I think that's like legal, but like you're not like supposed to have Dirty Rush events. But that's like, the house tours are just meeting people. But then that night is Dirty Rush, and that's when like go out and there's like the house will be throwing a party, or like you'll take party buses downtown to like a venue, or like go to Korean barbecue, or all this fun stuff. Like Rush, like even if you don't want to pledge, like I would do it just for all this free crap
stuff you get to see. Yeah.
Like I was like, oh my god, I probably got like $500 worth of crap like from just rushing, and
That's
it was
awesome.
free at my school.
Nice.
But then it gets more niche, and like you can only go back if you're invited back. Then there's blue chip dinner, where like like the final like kind of cuts will be there, and you'll have dinner, and then the next day, pretty much everyone from blue chip will be there. Like I don't know, some people get cut sometimes. But then there's bid day, and like that's like kind of I don't know, it's a fun day. I won't get into it because like it's secretive in case any like kids are coming in.
I got you.
But yeah, that's a process, and I'd recommend checking it out. I would research what it's like at Clemson, and I don't know, I would check it out. See if like fall or spring rush is more popular.
Okay.
There's no harm in waiting until the spring, but like at my school, like fall is like the big one. So like you want to. It's better to be in a big pledge class. Yeah, because like pledging tasks are like a lot easier. Like the last PC we had was 8 kids. Okay. And mine was 50. So it's the same amount of work for 8 kids as it is for 50.
Got you.
But yeah.
Okay. I got you. I was gonna ask another question, but I forgot.
Dude, you can also just pop questions in.
I was gonna pop a question in, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, like what's a typical event where they have Rush Week? Like what is it? They just invite you to the house, and you're just chilling there, or do they do it at a venue somewhere else?
Yeah, they'll usually at my school they'll like call you up and be like, "Hey, like, great meeting you today. Like, we think you're super cool. Like, you should come by the house at like 9:30. We're gonna like, I don't know, like mess around, like play beer games or something, and then we're gonna go get on these party buses and go to this club downtown."
That's lit. But that's only if you get lucky enough to make that cut. Not lucky enough,
but like you're gonna make like you're a chill guy. Like,
that is funny though. It's like trying out for a sport, but
it's like trying out for a sport, but like your personality.
Yeah, it's your personality tryout.
It's not as like scary as it sounds. Like it's like you're not gonna want to be with the house that doesn't want you.
Yeah,
because
totally.
They're not like
they don't fuck with.
They don't like you guys don't vibe. Yeah. Like if you're vibing, you're gonna get a bid.
Yeah, I feel you. So, okay. All right. Well, let's see what else we got here. Maybe I'll pick a couple more. Oh, totally. The connections that you've made with the frat. That's one of the main reasons people do it, 100%. But at USC, you got all the rich kids in LA. What's it like?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me a few times, like, your friends come from a pretty wealthy background.
I would say I'm somewhat able. Like, I'm a well-off kid for sure. But in terms of like Greek life, which is like what I mix with, like Greek life is stupid rich at my school. Like, I'm definitely like in the lower echelon of like family wealth at my school. But like, I won't name names, but like one of the kids in my pledge class's dad like owns an NBA basketball team. So like he's like a billionaire.
That's insane. Yeah.
Or his family is worth billions.
I'm sure there's a few of those kids. But you can make mad connections from that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then, like little things like, like my buddy Josh's dad's like best friends with the CEO of like one of the, like, I don't even know necessarily like what Bain Capital does. And that's probably why I don't have a job there. But like, I know that's like,
they're good.
Great place financially to work.
Totally.
What else, dude?
But also, like, kind of, I remember before we started, you didn't know how to answer this question. But, like, is there any sort of behavior that you witness where it's like, only a spoiled kid would do that? You know what I mean? Because it happens everywhere. But let's say compared to a school like, I don't know, Nebraska, you know, you're not going to see as many kids
it's definitely
jerking around with their money and stuff like that. Like, is there anyone ever, like, just people wearing, I don't know, crazy designer brands around?
Like,
and
sure,
stuff
there's
like
that, but, like, I've seen that, like, in Colorado and Denver. I would say it was funny, like, one of my friend's dads just, like, gave her a check, like, no amount on the check, and he was like, write whatever you want, just go buy a car. And I was like, all right.
When was this?
Bought, like,
this was in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
Type deal?
And, like...
Did she buy a car?
Yeah, she bought, like, a nice, like, I don't know, Volkswagen, like, SUV,
Nice.
like reasonable.
Could have done
still,
better.
Like,
come on.
Well, she's, like, sweet
dude?
about it. But, like, dude, like, that's not, like, my dad's not going to be like, here's 30 grand to buy a car.
No, 100%.
Like, we don't have 30 grand to do that with.
I feel like a blank check, like, you know what I'd do? I'd look up my dad's net worth, and I'd put that amount on the check, really test the limits, see if he would give me that much.
How are you going to look up your dad's net worth?
On Google. If he's giving...
I don't think you can look that. I guarantee you can't.
If your dad is giving you a blank check, he has to be on the internet somewhere. Probably famous. What's their dad? What does their dad do?
No, her dad just is like he's been in finance for a long time, just super high up.
I bet you could look up his net worth, bro. So she put $30K.
I could try
on the check. I would have put it.
Low key, her last name is pretty complicated, and I don't know what her dad.
No worries. All right, let's see what else we could probably end. Oh, perfect. So, I'm going to Clemson. I'm going into my freshman year. There's a lot of people that may watch this that are also going into their freshman year. So, what advice do you have for the incoming freshmen? Maybe not pledging, maybe they are, but just college in general. Yeah. What's your advice to make the best of it?
I would say, you know, even though it's a little nerve-wracking, like right off the bat, like go like meet everybody. Like, walk around your dorm, like introduce yourself, like maybe grab some people's Snapchats, like I don't know, like see like if you're vibing with them, maybe talk and be like, oh, like let's do something later, like let's go like check this out.
Totally.
Like go do stuff. Like don't just like sit in your dorm room and do your homework.
Yeah.
Like there's time to study, but like dude, most of college is like socializing, like kind of building connections and having a good time, dude. It's like the last like I was talking to my buddy's dad last night, and he was like, I was like, what advice would you give to me going into the second half of college here? And he was like, dude, just enjoy it. Like this is really it. Like then you got to figure everything out.
Yeah, then shit starts to suck. You have to start paying bills and all that.
Yeah, my dad was always like, go to school for as long as you can.
Seriously.
And like now I know why.
Yeah,
because it's like it's better than working.
Yeah, it low key sucks to be an adult unless you're doing what you love. But even then,
like it's hard to do what you love right away.
No,
like, you gotta like
I get that.
Do like the shitter job.
Yeah, you gotta grow yourself up, bro. It doesn't just start from the bottom. I talked to another kid. He's going to Eckerd, and he's in film too. Eckerd, it's in Florida.
Eckerd,
small college in Florida. So he's into film, and he was like, yeah, to do what I want as a dream, he has to start from the bottom. He has to coffee run. He has to do all the shit that you don't want to do, and then you kind of work your way up until maybe one day you find yourself making the film for a big company like that. Yeah. And the same thing with banking and everything else.
Yeah, it's really the same with everything.
But totally, I think that's the main thing.
Whatever. Like, we're young. Like, we'll get the dirty work done.
Yeah, dude. We can get it done.
Or I'll just, like, I don't know, win the lottery, buy a scratch ticket.
Oh, totally, dude.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, if we won the lottery, nothing would have to be done anymore. You could just live that life. You could live your college life for the rest of your life.
I could just go to USC for the rest of my life.
Maybe not, though. Because
then it would just get weird. Oh, yeah. Maybe
I don't know. Right. First of all, you'd be like the super, super senior, but also, I mean, that shit's
8th year?
80 a year or some shit like that.
Dude, it's even more than that now.
But hey, it'll be worth it because I'm sure you'll find work and it'll all pay off. You know
I hope so, man. That's the goal here.
100%. But I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. I know it doesn't feel like a studio, but That's history right there.
This is a studio. We just made a lot of history.
We just made so much history. But
I hope the mic was on.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna get some shitty, windy ass audio. So.
Yeah, we're just.
All right, let's do our handshake to end it.
What's our handshake?
What? Oh. There it is.
Whoa! How did you just? Do you do that every time?
I don't know, dude.